want you to breathe me. Let me be your air.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to another After Effects tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use TWIXTOR. TWIXTOR is a plugin that blends frames in your clips for you, so you can do stuff like slow your clips down, make it slow motion, mess with the speed. It's a really fun effect to use and it's really popular. You see it in a lot of AMVs. So if you're into editing and stuff like that, I'd recommend you learn how to use TWIXTOR without a doubt. Obviously because TWIXTOR is a plugin, you're going to have to download that. You can go and buy it, or you can just fucking pirate that shit like everyone else does. But yeah, with that out of the way, once you get TWIXTOR installed, go ahead, search it up over here. I like to use TWIXTOR Pro. Drag and drop that onto your clip. The settings I prefer to use is at first I'll adjust this value right here. I prefer to keep this value between 7 and 14. The lower the value, the better it is if you're doing slow motion, but the lower the value, the more warping you're going to get. And when I say warping, you'll see what I mean in a second. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and I'll change that to 10. And then I like to come down to image prep, and I like to do contrast, edge enhance. On some clips it doesn't look as good, but usually this is a good setting to have. And then for your frame interpretation, motion weighted blend. Alright, so let's go ahead. First I'll show you what the clip looks like without TWIXTOR on it. Alright, cool. Now here's what it looks like with it on it. Show you that one more time now that it's rendered. Yeah. So as you see, there's like a little bit of warping and stuff. You can see that down there. That's kind of like the TWIXTOR look, you know. You see it in a lot of AMVs, and it looks a little goofy if you're doing like a live action video, but it actually looks really good when you're editing anime, in my opinion. So yeah, that's like my basic settings. After that, I'll go Control-Alt-T to open up my time remap. I put a keyframe right at the beginning of the clip, and I like to go to the end of the clip, put a keyframe. Now, if you want to do slow motion and make this video track longer, what you're going to do is that you're going to drag this keyframe out that way, then you're going to drag this out. Now you just adjusted the length of your video track to that long, if that makes sense. So now we've got slow or slower motion until that keyframe. Now if you want to make the video faster, obviously you just do the opposite. Take the keyframe, drag it back there. Now our video clip is faster. Now what I'm going to do is, because I don't have a preference right now, I'm just showing you guys what I'm doing. I'm not going to change these around at all. What I am going to do is I'm going to select both these keyframes, because once you get your keyframes to where you want them, you're going to go ahead and select them and press F9 to toggle easy ease. Now you're going to get this graph. Make sure you're editing in the value graph. And then what I like to do is that I like to pull this line up like that. And I like to pull this line down like that. Let's see how that looks. Looks like we're getting a little bit of warping right there. So I'll drag the line a little bit further down so we don't get warping like that. Alright, now that's rendered. Let's see how it looks. Alright, that looks good. So basically what I just did there, when you adjust the graph that way, it's basically telling the clip to start fast at the beginning, slow down in the middle here, and then go and accelerate at the end. The more you pull this down, the more drastic that's going to be, so you can make like more acceleration at the end, but I like to keep it kind of like that. So yeah, now you know the basics of using TWIXTOR. It's pretty much that easy. But now that I have the basics out of the way, I'm going to show you guys a couple quick things you can do. So now that I have my settings how I like it, I'm going to go ahead a few frames, because I noticed there's kind of some weird warping right there. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to cut that out by going Control-Shift-D. Now that's cut out. We don't have that really weird warping thing at the beginning. And now a basic effect you can do with TWIXTOR, go ahead, put on motion tile. Make sure you click mirror edges, change both of these values to 400, go ahead, press S to open up scale, put a keyframe at the beginning of the clip, go to the middle, put a keyframe, go to the end, put a keyframe, go to the first keyframe, change that value to 40. Middle one stays at 100. Last one, change it to something like 250. Now, what I'm going to show you how to do is basically a zoom in and out transition. So a lot of you who are used to After Effects, you know what I'm going to do. But select those keyframes, press F9, toggle Easy Ease. Make sure you only have one of these selected. Drag this line all the way over there. This line all the way over there like that. Drag this line all the way down. And this all the way over like that. Make sure you have motion blur toggled. Now let's see how that looks. Boom, I like that. And obviously, if you want to get rid of that that stuff up there, real easy. New, solid, don't matter what we call it. Look up Jaws. We're gonna do height 0%, completion something like 80. There you go. Now you got your crop. Alright, dope. So now you guys know how to use TWIXTOR. You know how to implement it into other effects, like with that zoom in and out transition I just showed you. And yeah, you should be good to go when you're making your own AMVs now. So leave a like if you enjoyed this. Let me know what other tutorials you guys want to see. I made this tutorial because a lot of people were asking me in the comments my other videos to make it, so you know, I do listen. I'll make whatever you guys want me to make, whatever you guys show interest in. I'll make a tutorial for that. But yeah, with that out of the way, peace out and have a good day.